Christmas 2024. So I have a special unboxing video today. It's unboxing a Christmas story. So the owners of the gallery here, or one of the owners, her dad and uncles had an American Flyer train, or several American Flyer trains, when they were growing up out on the East Coast in the 1950s and 1960s. And it's a classic story of adding something every Christmas and having the train around the tree with all the accessories and all that sort of thing. So as the kids got older, they went their own way, the four brothers, the dad and three uncles, and they each took a piece of the train. So today I'm going to be unboxing her train that she has from her dad, and I'm going to do my best to get it running as an appreciation for these nice folks who gave me this wonderful space to set up my Christmas display this year. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy. So when was the last time you got to sit in front of your Christmas tree and unbox your American Flyer train? So this train's been sitting for a while. The way I understand it, it's been about 20 years maybe or more since the train was brought out. And we're just gonna unwrap things and we're gonna see what we have here. So a lot of them are wrapped up in these kind of, I'm not sure what these are. They're like a soft cloth kind of a thing. So we'll just put that stuff over here. But the first thing I'm seeing is these kids had some fun. So here is a American Flyer sawmill from about 1959. Whoops. And it's kind of how it came with they always would come with these disconnected, and it'll need to be reassembled. And it appears to be missing a roof, but we're gonna go ahead and set that out. So if I take this, it's not broken, it's just needs to be hooked in there. It does need a little roof, and I'll have to figure out how to put on the little swinging lumber loader. So I'll leave that right over here. Oh, hook that. There we go. So, we go further into the box. We've got some Plasticville buildings. So this one appears to look like maybe the fire station. We've got a residential house. There may be a few parts missing on these, but as we go through the reassembly, I'll try and clean them up and put them back in together. They had some fun. I have one piece of trestle. That's a number 7. So we'll just get right to the big stuff here. Now I think this, I can reach that. So the oil derrick got some playtime with it. You can tell, so it needs a little bit of repair. This may be able to fix, and also some of the railings are broken off, but that could always be repaired or new pieces found. It'll be interesting to find out if the lit oil bubbler still works in there. So we'll set that over here. I've got, oh, here's a wrapped up. I'll unwrap this for you. Oh. We're dropping stuff everywhere. So it's a 916 container car with all of the containers. So that's pretty cool. Everything's still there. Looks like it needs a little oil on the couplers. It might have a little bit of rust issues, but There's a nice 916. Put that right there. And we'll put this over here. Another building, a Plasticville. It looks like another little house. Needs some reassembly, so we'll see what we can do. It was kind of funny, the owner saw these buildings and she said, hey, these actually look like the real houses in Saguache. So hopefully we can get them fixed up and running again. So I have something here, but I'm not sure what that is. It looks like it might have been something for a roof of some kind. I've got some wires. Here's the yellow wire. Here's a, wow, look at these. So this is phone wire, but it's the solid copper strand. I used to use this stuff all the time, but it's definitely a weird brown color that I haven't seen. So this was always really good for me as it had the right colors, the red, black, and green and yellow, and yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. Got another Plasticville building. This looks like a sporting goods store, or what's the left of a sporting goods store. So we'll see if we can get that back together for you. And oh, here we go. We have looks like 4 of the boards for the sawmill. So I think I can get that sawmill running. Well, let's put that one over here. So that's it for box 1. So let's check out box 2. So here we have the second box. We'll just take the lid off of that. And we've got more of the soft wrapping that they put in here. I don't particularly care for this kind of wrapping. It'll hold moisture and it'll make rust on the trains and stuff. But we'll see how we do here, and if I need to fix things, I'll do my best. So if we unwrap it, hey, we've got a 629 stock car, Missouri Pacific, that's been converted over to knuckle couplers. So that's in very nice shape. So we'll be looking for more knuckle coupler conversions in this kit, or this set. There's another train. Here's an MKT 937. It needs a little bit of maybe a cleanup, but 937s obviously were already knuckle coupler trains. So we'll see if we can get that one running. It's missing one of the brake wheels. I'm not sure if I can get that fixed, but we'll see what we can do. So we'll go this one next. A 921 CB&Q hopper. So this is came with knuckle couplers. It normally would have a coal load in here, but I don't see that. And I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking right here, I don't know if you can see that or not, somebody had some fun putting stuff in there. So we'll just see what the next one's like. I've got some wrapped in the newspaper. Oh, we'll have to check out where the newspaper's from too. But very nice billboard whistle. So this one, it doesn't have the lights, has the red commutator cover on it, and I'll bet I can get that fired up easy. So I'll leave it right here. Let's see what the newspaper says. Thursday, November 28th, 1991, the News Journal. And I don't know where this is from. So this paper from 1991, Delaware Oldsmobile. So, hey, I thought that's always neat. I like looking on the old boxes. It's like opening a time capsule. You never know what date you're going to find and when the trains were played with last. So this is probably a good estimate of when it was played with last. So we go in here, we've got another wrapping. Look what we got here. Move some of that. So this says loader cattle. So this is actually a cattle loader wrapper, but it's wrapping a 303 Atlantic locomotive. Now, so at one time, their collection, they must have had a cattle loader. So they got a lot of accessories. I'm going to leave that out here. And this 303, I really like the 303s, and I like the 283s, the Pacifics, because they have, let's see, it's actually missing its red smoke tube, but they have the white lining in there. And what that does is it makes it look like there's flames shooting out the stack. And these are great too because they have Pullmore traction tires on them. These are pretty hard, but they're good pullers. They smoke and choo-choo, and they are just probably the best Christmas running type of trains that you can get. They're not cantankerous. They're going to run right out of the box, and I'm curious to see if this one will fire up. So that's pretty cool. There's a little bit of a bend here. I'm noticing it's bent right there, so I might need to straighten that. All right there, if you can see it, and then we'll get that running. I'll set it right here. So, what else we got in here? We've got a little baggie. Oh, so anybody know what these are out there? That, let me see if I can pull one out of here, is to knock out the link couplers to replace them with knuckle coupler kits. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to find a couple of the pins. Oh, we got the whole kit in here. Let me put that in there. Try not to lose anything here. So if we check that out, so there is the whole kit. I don't know if you can see that or not. They want to stay together there. So there's a pin, and you flange that out on the link couplers after you knock it out with this, and then you put in a knuckle coupler. I'm going to put those in here for now. So we have the entire kit. We've got an Allen wrench. I'm not sure what that would be for. We have our track trip, so that's good. We can run the train when I get the track out. We have several couplers. We've got a track connector, and I'm not sure what that is. But we will just put that stuff right back here, and then we'll put it back in the box. And so they're all set. If they get any more link coupler cars, they have the ready-made conversion kit right there. So looking in the box, we've got a pair of switches. I've got a switch actuator. We've got 3 red lights and 1 green light. We'll put that right down here. I've got a pair of switches. I've got a left and a right. They're a little bit rusty. They may need to be pulled apart and oiled a little bit, but a lot of times they're pretty solid state. They'll probably work. Set those over there. Let's see, we'll go the individual stuff first. So I've got another piece of telephone wire that works. So I don't see it in here, but there's an uncoupler button that may be useful later on. And so we've got some track. We may have to do a little track restoration on this, or maybe I can just provide them with a new set of track if they want to run their engine and stuff. So it looks like I've got a substantial amount here. There's quite a bit of straight track and several curves. We'll have to see if that's enough to make at least a loop with some straights on it with the switches, and maybe we can set them up with a siding for the log sawmill. So we've got one more track trip there, and that's all I see in these boxes now. So now comes the hard part. We've discovered it. So now let's see what I can do to get these things running once again. So here's the locomotive out on the track. I did notice that the pilot was broken off, and that may explain why there was a bend in the drawbar down here. But when I first fired it up, it wouldn't work. You could hear it buzzing, but nothing was operating just right. So what I did is I just cleaned the wheels a little bit. I need to clean them a little more, but I was able to loosen up the reverse unit. You could see where there's some rust and maybe like a little strange corrosion in there, but now it moves pretty easy. So that's all I've done to this locomotive so far. So I've noticed I'm still having issues. I have to clean the wheels a little more, but let's see if we can get it running. So I'm going to zoom in on the reverse unit. Sorry about the jumping around there. And let's just see what it looks like. Oh, hey, we actually got some movement out of that. I don't know if I can get it to go backwards or not though. So anyways, the reverse unit's moving, which means it's getting continuity of the motor. There we go. And by golly, it even has smoke. So I'm going to put the tender back on. We're going to hook it up to the Polar Express. Let's see if this thing can run. So here I've got the tender back on. I just put a little bit of oil on the locomotive itself. So let's give it a try. I've got it hooked up to the Polar Express. I got reverse, and I got forward. And here we go. Not bad for having not run in a while. And it's a runner too. Oh my gosh, I'll have to turn the throttle down a little bit. It's amazing what a little bit of oil and some elbow grease will do after 30 years on these old American Flyer trains. So I leave you with the sound of choo-choo. And it's even smoking a little bit. That is amazing. So we're going to take one last look at the gallery. Thank you, Adrian and Alex, for allowing me to use this wonderful space that you have here in town. And I look forward to running the train another week here. And then, sadly, it has to come down. So, all aboard. And you all have a good night.